Are we streaming?
There's an off car coming into the chicane. Nope, he's letting people by. Jesus, just let him go. Are we up?
I'm just checking.
I'll check as well. I don't have the app, unfortunately. I have to click on it
Yes, we
here.
are.
Oh, hello.
Let me just make sure Yep, all good.
I had some technical difficulties, but we are back live here with Tom Naranjo setting the fastest lap so far, 1:16.1.
Tom Naranjo is getting a move on 1:16.1. That's not a bad time for a banker, honestly. Huh. The thing with Tom, he's a rookie this year, and during practice races, he's actually pretty fast. He just needs to be a little bit more consistent. Which
Yeah, he reserved too. I think 2 seasons ago. I remember he was one of my teammates, and there's an off car DF3. Oh no, D3F on the medium. Oh, look at the golf actually. Let's talk about him on that medium 16.4. Do you think he'll
golf,
switch on to the softs?
honestly, golf. Honestly, I don't think golf. I'll be honest. I mean it in the best of ways, but I don't think golf belongs in tier two.
Really? So you think he
Honestly,
belongs in tier 3 or tier 1?
you said tier three. That's not my responsibility. Uh, but yes, I think
Draws.
he's genuine. I think he's fast enough for two. I think he's fast enough for tier one. But
All right,
we
well, we'll
shall
see.
see.
Who do you think is your favorite to win this race or the season? You know, because there's some familiar names I hear from Tier 3 who I like to think could potentially become the new champion of Tier 2. Mr. Ultra comes into my mind. He had a really good end to the season, fighting hard with Only Rai.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm just making sure the UI is okay. As Taurus does a 1:16.0, I think Taurus is a favorite. It's hard to say because the admins put all the tier 2, 3 champions back into tier 1. So a bird person. If I was a betting man, I'd bet a bird person winning the championship. But it's hard to say. It's a new year, new grid, new tracks. Imola is very
Yep.
crashy. Saudi Arabia is pretty crashy, courtesy of Van.
Yep, and we got Monaco in there, so we're gonna
Yeah,
see who comes out on top
yeah,
at the end of the season.
yeah. A lot of people definitely have the pace. It's probably it's a very strong tier two this year. The trick I believe is not crashing out. Sadis comes
So
back into the pits.
the pole position for Tier 1 was 14.6, I believe, by Ginger. So we'll see if anyone can get close to that, if possible. Still a 16 flat on the board by Taraz there to sit in first. But we'll see as Bacon and Rab pulling their laps. Chewy as well on an out lap. And we still have Throttle and D3F still waiting to put in a time.
I don't think any of these times are representative considering how many high speed turns there are, as Fergie does a purple sector 2. Coming into the fast section, you're going through Aquaman Raleigh. What do you have? How would you attack the corner, do you think?
Oh, I honestly, with caution, because you can easily spin, ruin your race, ruin your quality there easily. I've seen it happen on Sunday, and Fergie takes too
Oh,
much curb, and that's his lap gone.
that was two
As,
purple sectors, and he just threw it away on the chicane. Oh,
yep,
that's gonna be. He's probably wrecked his tires as well, so he's gonna have to come back and change it. He's gonna come back and change his tires.
I think a lot of people can relate to what just happened with Fergie. I know I can from the
Definitely,
second quality we did in Tier 1.
definitely. Uh yeah.
Well, I'm interested in watching Chewy here. Chewy, he's not bad at all. He definitely could challenge for a win if everything's up to his game here. So let's see what he does on his first hot lap of the night. Let's see what time he can pull. And that's a really good turn 1 and turn 2 right now, carrying a lot of speed. Coming into, I believe this is turn 4.
Yeah. Dude.
Takes it safe.
Okay, now going through Toza. Very good. That's a very good apex. Very good exit as well. Very clean. My engineer was watching me practice. He was asking me how I go through Aqua Rally, and what I said was slowly and with great difficulty.
Yep. And Chewy takes it in third, comes out of it pretty nice, and honestly, this is setting up to be a good lap. I feel by Chewy.
It does look very fast, but
yeah.
Meanwhile, someone's crashed in the back.
That is.
Oh, that's not a crash. That's just him getting out of the way.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see.
Let's go look for Chewy. Go through the last 2 turns. Coming to the finish line, and that will get him. I'm going to call it.
I'm
early.
predicting
It's a 116.
Oh, wow.
Point.
Wow.
9.
Wow. He's on directly with Science Man there. That is such a cool thing to see. That happens honestly way too often in Arc for some reason, where people are directly doing the same times. But that's cool to see.
So
Mr. Ultra. Oh my God! Look at the time difference for Mr. Ultra.
116.073. That is 1/10,000th of a second. No, that's time 1/1000th of a second faster than Tor's.
Yeah.
So, if you're Chewy and you're frustrated why you're in P10 right now, it's because under F1 tie breaks, if you make the same time, the person who makes the time first gets the position.
Yep.
Fortunate for you, the early bird gets the worm, I think the saying is. Let's see who's about to go run the points. Bergie's gonna try again. Soon. Not now, but soon. Radical's about to go through the final turn. That's too much curve on the final turn, I think, but that probably won't cost him too much time. As he goes to the finish line to start his lap.
And Tom actually just took pole with a 15.4, 6 cents quicker than Mr. Ultra. So it's going to be a tough ask for someone else to take that away from Tom. But let's see what Rad can do. Rad, who I believe is a very strong driver as well.
Rad is a very strong driver, but Fife had to get out of the way, but that still blocked him a little bit considering how narrow the track is. You got to lose a little bit of time. So this is probably a banker from him as well. How many minutes left? 6 minutes left. He definitely had time to make another lap, so that's not a huge deal. But let's see how he attacks the hardest turn. What I would consider the hardest turn in the calendar. Goes to take to the curb, doesn't take the curb on the second one, and it's perfect. That will probably get him a lot of time, as he does do a purple sector too. Goes to the chicane, eats the curb. The bottom of the car is probably screaming as you go through the curb, but unfortunately it is the fastest way around, and if it means you're going to blow the car up, then you blow the car up.
So let's see what Rad can do here. Is he going to set himself in as he crosses the line?
That's a little bit too far out to the left side, I think, because he does a 1:16.7. That's 1.3 seconds away from the lead. Ooh.
Yeah.
Toys is about to go. Oh, yeah, Toys is going through Toza, about to go again. Well, Mr. D3F. That's like D3F's invalidated his lap, which is why I was wondering why he stopped there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think anyone's on a lap there, do you?
Well, if you go through the pit, oh, you're gonna invalidate the next lap as well. He's gonna have to go into the pits as he does. I believe the next person about to start a lap is probably gonna be Torch. Let's watch him go through the chicane. If you have viewers, if you have epilepsy and you see the car shimmering, I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with my game today. It's probably a bit of lag and a bit of Codemaster's cancer. While Torres starts his lap, he gets a little bit of a strip stream from the car in front as well, so that will help him in the first part.
Yeah, and that is Fergie, I believe.
Oh, Fergie.
No, it's not.
probably Fergie. Fergie doing tours a solid as he goes through turn 1 and 2. The problem is now you're gonna really slow. Now you're going to really slow him down through the high speed section of 3 and 4 as he does hit the chicane a little bit. But I think that's a little bit slower than I would have taken it.
Curbs is on a hot lap, which means he really does not have to move out of the way. So this might affect Taraz a little bit. Yeah, and then there it is. He's going to lift a little bit. Taraz there, probably head back into the pits, and he can probably still do another lap.
Yeah, he's going to have to slow down and fight another day as he wisely takes the high-speed turns very slowly just to conserve his tires, just to make sure they're at the right temperature to make another go at it. Though, unfortunately for Torres, I hope he has enough fuel because he probably does not have enough to change his tires. Enough time to change his tires again.
I think he does because you gotta remember the bug where they're a little bit more time for them.
Because my understanding with the bug was it was there and then they fixed it and then they unfixed it. So I don't know if it's fixed or not.
This Codemaster thing, unfortunately, and
Okay, let's look at Torres go through the last turn as he does slip the curb a little bit too much and gets a little bit of a slide coming out of the last turn. And goes through the line to start the last lap.
He opts to do another lap. So I feel like, did he not have enough? Like, is this his last tire compound? Maybe. So I feel like you'd go in and just get a fresh set because if he does better now, that tire is just going to be more worn out. But let's see, maybe it's worth it.
No, actually, on my strategy, I was thinking that a safety car is going to come out in the first 7 laps anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. I would have loved to see how that turned out, but I got crashed out.
We did have one safety car in tier 1 towards near the end.
Yeah. Meanwhile, let's look at Let's go towards do his actual hot lap when he does a purple sector 2. It goes through the chicane. It goes through the chicane very well. Doesn't really spin out.
This won't be a pole from him, but he'll get on the front row. Mr. Ultra also trying to do a hot lap.
Tires screaming in pain. Fuel gauge on empty. He's gonna limp back into the pits. I don't even know if fuel goes back into the pits to get a 1:15.6.
Now he's about to be beaten by Ultra, I believe, because Ultra is also 2 tenths down, and he just needs to find a little bit more time, and he will get past him again.
Ooh, okay, let's ride on. Well, meanwhile, let's ride on board Mr. Ultra as he goes through the last 2 turns. That's perfect. I would consider. Oh, as he does a little bit of a slide going out of the last turn, and D3F retires.
That was not wow. That little slide definitely costed Ultra some time there, and that's going to put him on the second row. I'm not even sure if they'll have time to do another lap. And like you said, D3 retires. Looks like it was manually because I see his car moving.
3F retires, but he's still on track. You don't want to do that, my friend.
Yep.
That's a big no-no, my friend. Don't do that.
Luckily, his car's out of the way.
Yeah, mostly. Okay.
A lot of traffic in that area, though. Who's that behind Chewy? There's a car directly behind us, Radical, who's going to be in the slip a little bit. And Radical, has a moment, and that is his lap.
That is why you do not follow a car through that turn, especially in qualifying. You're just asking for trouble.
Chewy, he's 6 tenths up, and he's going to gain more time here if he can keep the last 2 turns pretty clean. Better than he did last time. He might even put himself in that second row there as Taraz is off track, probably low on fuel. Let's see what Chewy can do. I think this is going to be a top 5 position for Chewy. Let's see. No,
that's a P8 at 116 point. What is effectively poor.
Cosmic, though, gets that top 5 position. And honestly, look how close the grid is. Like, I was like, looking at it just now. That's like 1/10 from 5th to 8th. So,
wow.
That's crazy.
You're about the top. Well, Mr. Naranjo's just gonna run away with these 1:15.4. I don't really think anyone's gonna beat his time with the hot laps remaining. Let's just look at anyone else who's still on a hot lap. Silk is on a. I think Silk is on a hot lap.
Let's see. Silk.
Slick.
Slick,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
It says he's up on his time, but I don't think it's going to be enough for anything. Oh no! Wow,
That's
the thing was
P9.
lying to me. It said he was up
Okay.
by like half a tenth, but no,
Uh,
he was way
Bird
up
Person has
there.
teammates. Bird Person has teammates behind my pick for winner. My pick for winner this year at Tier 2, as he goes through the final turn, doesn't let me down at all. Very clean, but I'd say that's a little bit far from the left side. I think he lifted for that. Yeah, P7, he does it. I don't think he knew. I think he knew he was going to make it. So auto?
I think Tom might be the last one to actually. Nope, Tom is slowing down, and that is our grid. I don't think anyone else is doing any more
Yeah,
hot laps,
Tom
so
does.
it's Tom,
Tom
Tom and
absolutely does
Turaz.
not need to set a hot lap, and you should save your tires if you want to, but going into the gravel is not the way to do it! And actually, how does tire wear work in the gravel? Nobody knows.
Yeah,
Sometimes I think with
but
tire wear, Codemasters just flips just like every second it flips a coin. Oh, if you get heads, you get 1%. If you don't get heads, then you know.
that's
Okay.
our grid here. We have Tom in the Haas taking pole. Turaz joining him on the front row, and with Mr. Ultra and Cosmic filling in that second row
Yeah, I
as well.
will.
So it's gonna be an interesting race. Very close.
I will. I will get the telemetry set up for good. Just make sure the driver names are in. Yep, we're just wait. We're just waiting for the driver one.
And this is why we ask people to retire, so we don't have to wait the entire length of the session.
Well,
But there's only 10 seconds left, so it doesn't matter, I guess.
it's bought me a little time to fix telemetry and add names. So I guess meanwhile you could plug driver 61 or something. Something
Yeah,
25% discount something. Yeah.
code ARC, I hope.
It's on the
Don't
stream
remember
somewhere.
what I was supposed to say. So,
Driver 61 good joint driver 61 we get monies.
I believe we have a grid finder thing as well. So there's that. It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
And why is this not going? We are stuck. Bacon Juice, please retire.
It's bacon there you go. I'm proud of you, Codemasters. You did something, Fred. Okay. Can you walk our viewers through the grid?
Yep, so it's Tom, Taraz, Ultra Cosmic, Sir Snowman, Fergie, Bird Person, who actually has a 5 grid penalty, so he'll be starting
Oh no!
in like 12 or something. Chewy and Slick and Let's Talk Golf round up the top 10. And actually, Let's Talk Golf apparently did his fastest time on the medium, so I believe that was the first lap when we were talking about it. So yeah, Let's Talk Golf on the mediums. We'll see what he does in terms of strategy. Status, Rad, Science Man, why can I not go down? I don't know. There we go. Pfeiffer, Drake and Curbs, Bacon, Throttle, and DF3 for the entire grid. And honestly, Pfeiffer, I'm disappointed. I thought he'd be at least in top 10, but we'll see. Maybe he'll have a really good race.
He will claim act of God, and the first 10 people on the grid will crash out because this is tier 2 and this is his race apparently. Our driver 61 money goes to him. Did you know that?
I did not.
I know you. Well, okay. I know you. I know you know that, but I'm just telling everyone who doesn't know that. Mm.
Did
Oh
you know that
yes.
Pfeiffer grabbed pole position last season, round one?
Wow, that's
It was
amazing.
a wet Canadian race, and he managed to get it. So honestly, maybe Pfeiffer's thing is just rain.
Wow. So speaking of rain,
Unfortunately, Yeah, there's no rain
Yeah.
this race, unfortunately for him, but yeah,
I've been begging for a wet race. Because
I don't
every time, last
understand.
season, every time there was a wet race, for some reason in the middle of it, my game would freeze up, and then by the time I come back, I'm already in the wall. It just doesn't happen in any other lobby. I don't understand. So I've been begging for a wet race. It just is fine. Okay, let's go through the formation lap as we see Tom leading the pack.
Yeah, so we have a couple people on the mediums. Sadis, Rad, Pfeiffer, Draken, Curbs, and Throttle opted in to start on the medium, so we'll see how that fares out. Bacon, DF3, all the way in the back of the grid, starting on softs. They'll be aiming to get past all those medium runners as fast as possible.
You mentioned earlier in qualifying the original strategy was soft medium. I agree with you.
They will last, apparently. The mediums will at least. Like, you can definitely take them longer than what it says you can.
Yep.
I believe I was, like, 15 laps in when I noticed they were only at, like, 30%. So you could definitely take those to the end after pitting them lap, like, let's say 10, 9, 8 on the sauce. We'll see. Obviously, safety cars will change everything up. And, oh my god, there's a big gap right now. From Fergie to the man.
Because the thing on this track, the only real overtaking opportunities are in the first laps after a start or a safety car. After which you're not going to be overtaken as long as you have the battery.
You'll need to be pretty quick to get by people after a while.
Yeah, either that,
in those groups.
Either that, or you're gonna get mugged by half a second on a DRS straight. At which point it doesn't really matter what tire you're on anyway. So you might as well just skip a stall.
Anyway, here we go. First race of the season for Tier 2. Tom leading us away shortly.
What's the over-under lap for safety car?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say lap 8. I just threw a number out there. I don't know.
And here we go. Hopefully the lobby doesn't bug here, but there we go.
We believe in the power of the power of friendship is going to give us a successful start as we get 5 lives on the red, and we are away as Tom does a very great start and very aggressively closes into the curb, and already speaking of curbs has crashed out someone already.
Yeah. That's identical to what happened last night, or not last night, but Sunday night here, and everyone so far taking it pretty decently for turn 2.
Tom's gonna run away from the trouble as would anyone in the lead right now. Torres is following him very closely as Mitra Ultra. Chewy is starting to. Oh no!
Rad touching the back of Slick, but he gets it back on track. He was on the gravel for a quick second. Sadis going to go on the outside of Rad, but does not make it stick, and it is so close right now. Wow.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Let's Talk Golf has a little away side into the gravel. It does save it very well. Sadis is very unhappy with losing that position there. It's just pushing Radical along, hoping to get an overtake.
Yeah, and I just saw Draken do a really well defensive maneuver on the inside from Bird Person, so kudos to him. Science Man now looking to attack Sadis as well. Sadis possibly losing another position in lap 1 here. It is so far so good. No one's really had any moments other than that start there.
Well, yeah, apart from the last two, Throttle and Kurz would probably like a word with each other after the race is over, but here we are. Okay. In defense of these guys, they did better than Tier 1.
Yep. Oh, wow! Draken with a late dive into turn 1, and he gets that move done by Science Man. What a move by Drake, and he keeps it too. On track and everything. You
say that, but the Science Man's still... Science Man's trying to... No, it's not Science Man. Bacon Juice is fighting for Bacon!
Oh, that's Bird Person! And, that's just 2 people off, and I don't think that's going to be enough for a safety car.
No, that's not going to be enough for a safety car, but... Oh, Bird Person is probably steaming in the cockpit right now. And as and as commentators,
It's
this is
getting
exactly the sort of
spicy.
thing I'd like to see. But as
Yep, and
Mhm.
oh, that's Rad gone at the very difficult turn, so he's gone now. I was gonna say Sir Snowman gets the first penalty of the night, and it's only taken one lap, so he's got to be on his
Oh my
best
goodness.
game.
Oh, someone else is gone. Is this? This is D3F?
I believe so. He's moving down the grading disgusted.
It's D3F. Huh. Okay. Well, anyway. So here we go with Tom in P1, Torres in P2 following very closely. Mr. Ultra slightly a little bit behind. Snowman's also in pack, but Snowman's in the mix, but he has a 3-second penalty already, which is very unfortunate. In this track, you're not going to make it 3 seconds. That's going to be a blind.
Drake and with another well placed defensive maneuver, blocking or not blocking, but making sure Science Man can't get past him. And Draken's honestly impressing me so far tonight.
Yeah,
Sir
right.
Snowman, what's going on here?
I have a simple rule for driver of the day. If you manage to overtake an Imola, you get my vote. And so far, Draken was doing very well.
Ultra has a moment on the hard turn. I don't know what the name is, but he loses the position off to Snowman, and Fergie actually spun there.
Yeah,
So that corner is taking names
fortunately for Mr. Ultra, that if the grid holds as is to the end, that's not going to affect his position. Unfortunately, you can't overtake here, and Mr. Snowman is clearly a little bit slower than you. So you're gonna have to figure something out. As Tom does another fastest lap of 1:18.5, reminding the viewers today that the fuel is very heavy as the cars at the start, which is why you're seeing them a little bit slower than qualifying.
Let's see.
What do we have at the back?
I was on board of Science Man trying to see if he could get past Draken, but he was unable to.
Shout
Draken
out!
also had DRS.
Shout out to
Spins. Oh, he's in the wall. And that's a wing gone. A wing a lap.
5.
Per Pfeiffer. Yep, that whole wing is gone, and needs to be careful to rejoin there as curves.
Almost collects curves as well, but that is you can only do so much. 5.
Safety car. I don't know why. I don't see anyone DNF.
I think
see
Bird Person.
Bird Person has no wing, but I don't know what happened. Yeah, but okay, there's a safety car. We're gonna see what happens in terms of strategy right now. If all the people in front of Golf pits, Golf would be happy about that.
I expect everyone on softs to pit. Anyone who is on softs and does not pit is going to lose.
Now the problem is, like, it's so early though. Is it worth going on the hards? I'm not sure.
I wouldn't go hards. What I would do, I'd go on mediums and hope for another one.
I think it's just risky to pit right now, knowing how long those mediums can last. I think it's just more worth it to get the position if you can on the softs and try to run away again, and then take the mediums to the end. But we'll see what happens. I mean,
so Torres, Mr. Snowman, Drakenwolf, and Let's Talk Golf has decided to tell Van to pound sand as they come into the pits for new mediums. Oh, actually, Cosmic is in for new softs?
Yeah, I just don't think those mediums might last at this point from here. They might, but it'd be very risky, and they might be very slow.
Yeah, so
definitely going for the 2 stopper though.
Yeah, the back cars, the back markers are coming into the pits for new tires, which is entirely understandable. They don't have anything to lose. They might as well gamble for another safety car at the right time. Yeah, so okay, let's look at the grid order again. So it's Tom in P1, he is on 4-lap old reds. It's Mr. Ultra in P2, he's also on 4-lap old reds, as is Chewy, Slick Sadist, Science Man, Drakenwolf, Throttle, and Bacon Juice. Meanwhile, a little bit farther behind, Torres is on new tires and on yellows.
Yep. I think all these new medium runners probably are going to take those to like around lap, I'd say 22, 24, and then maybe pit for softs again. That's why I would do, I feel, in this situation.
18,
But
23, and then 9? I would do 18 laps on these yellows, so you go lap 23 and then go for 9 laps then on softs?
yeah.
Ooh.
But I mean, they could last the end, maybe. I mean, it really depends. Because that's the exciting thing about these new tracks is you don't really know what can work. When
Honestly,
we first go
because
here.
to me, the one-stop red-yellow is very marginal. It's probably, like, given that there are no safety cars, it's probably the fastest way around, and if you don't crash, then you don't want to pit. But it's very marginal, because at the end you're at, what, 60-70% tire wear? So you and as his band's favorite quote, don't anyone who goes on hards is stupid, or something like that. I'm just paraphrasing. So
I just hate people who go on hards.
I used to take personal offense to that because I used to like hards, and then I started racing at Apollo Racing Club because y'all are good, and I realized hards are terrible.
It's just it doesn't really work in this game. I feel
Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah, in this game it doesn't work. I used to love going hards on F1 2020. The further you go, the faster you are to a point, and then you just suddenly one day the car just decides to kill you, and there's nothing you can do. But until that point, you're going faster as you go along. But in this game, for some reason, you start like 2.5 seconds slower than every other compound. There's no point.
So we kind of missed it, but Pfeiffer apparently something happened between him and the Furiat because Pfeiffer got a penalty for a severe collision, or yeah, he did because he has the little box around him. So that's interesting. Is it going to go in? No, it's not. But we'll do one more lap, and then it should be going in as we wait for the Fury and the Ferrari to catch up.
D3 is gonna have to D3 is gonna have to make a move on, because if he doesn't catch up to the back of the pack by the end, it's not the safety car's going in regardless. As far as I know.
Yeah, it should. I feel everyone's pretty much here. I don't know though. The safety car has a mind of its own in this game.
You know how there's that laps led graphic for like normal F1 broadcasts?
Yeah.
We should have one, and I would bet a non-significant amount of money that safety car would win that.
Maybe.
So let's look at looking at the team championship right now. McLaren is doing very well, doing my team proud in Tier 1. Speaking of which, since we're on safety cars, league suggestions. Do team championships across both tiers.
That would be interesting.
I don't know if it'd be better, but it's interesting, certainly.
You could definitely it would definitely help with the Tier 2, like lower tiers, getting advice from the upper tiers.
Yeah, meanwhile, safety cars in this lap.
That's an interesting idea, though.
Did you get safety cars in this lap, and Tom Naranjo is slowing right down to let the safety car go through. Friendly, if you're listening to the stream, Tom, I'd just like to remind you that if you take too long, which I have done once, they'll do the green flag anyway at some point, and then I just get mugged. So the slowing down is okay, but don't take too long, and also don't do the thing. Oh, that's not what you want to do. And there you go.
He got a 5-second penalty. What? For ignoring yellow flag, and he's going off again. And there's another penalty actually in the middle of the track by Cosmic. I don't know what the hell is going on, but something is going on as Turas is actually going really slow. What is going on? He just let Sir Snowman takes the position now. Cosmic, I don't know what's going on here. More safety car restart drama, it seems, from last season coming in. Turas going to get under attack immediately by Cosmic, losing out on a position.
Meanwhile, Bacon Juice says thank you very much, as now he pulls a very significant lead behind the pack. So now, for some reason, we're in 2 races.
Yeah, don't know what happened there. We'll see what the driver's saying. We have a yellow flag. Apparently, it is Radical retiring. Is that going to cause another safety car?
Radical retires. Oh, there you go.
That's an unfortunate sight to see by Rad.
You definitely don't want to see that. As Radical has left the session, did he crash out?
No,
assuming how he's called, yeah.
He's DNF'd completely. Drake and having a moment coming out of the tough corner going into the chicane. Has Throttle right behind him. Throttle in AI mode, apparently. I'm not even sure if this is true or not. It's very hard to tell, but Bacon Juice looking to get past Throttle. AI Throttle.
Hey, Throttle, if you're listening to the stream, please come back and retire. It's very important that you do.
Yep, and Drake goes wide into the gravel just a tad. Luckily, the AI of Throttle does not really take advantage, but Bacon Juice will be taking advantage of that, getting past him.
Yeah, Bacon Juice is not gonna wait around. The following pack is catching, and if you're Bacon Juice,
AI.
Yeah,
I can see the little movements it's doing.
But, oh my god.
Yeah, so now Bacon's attacking Draken, but Draken's been defending pretty well at the start of the race. We'll see if that continues on here. Bacon looking down the inside, coming into this little hairpin, but
yeah,
it's not take it. Definitely a smarter move to wait for that straight.
We're probably at the crossover where medium starts for equivalent HB. Oh, as he gets a 3-second time penalty. I was about to craft a very complicated compliment for him as someone crashes out. Who is that?
That's Tom.
Oh no! Tom just throws the lead away for some reason. He was doing so well into the safety car restart and just decided that track limits were no object.
Yeah, we still don't know what exactly really happened with the 5-second penalty he got earlier as well, so lots of drama in Tier 2 right now. We're only 9 laps in. We still got quite a bit to go here. Bacon Juice will get past Rick, and I feel he has to if that DRS in April. Actually, he might not.
No, not this lap. A DRS in April means next lap because of how the detection works. But he is very close. Actually, he is actually very close. But he is not deploying, which I agree with that. I agree with that strategy. No problem to get through anyway.
Yeah. Oh, Draken having a tough time right now. He's to this clear his head. You know, you're in a good position. Do not screw this up. You got drivers behind. Throttle has an X now. I don't even know if he's back, but he caught up to. That's someone else. I believe that's Tom again. No, it's not. It's Viper.
I'm actually kind of
now this time.
I'm actually kind of surprised. I have a theory. I think, Tom is watching too much real life F1, because in real life F1, Michael Massey does not think track limits are an object.
Throttle looks to be joining back, so that's good to see, as he is currently ghosted.
That's very important.
Letting his teammate by.
I mean, if you're gonna let someone by, it might as well be your teammate. Let me just get telemetry back up again.
So behind Draken, there's like how many cars? Like 6 behind Draken right now, all gonna have DRS with each other. Turas inside of Throttle. Throttle's lets him by. That's also gonna let's talk golf by. And Bacon, has that move easily done on Draken here. Just has to pick the outside, and he will get the outside. And they kind of tap. Wow, this is crazy. They actually don't crash. I was expecting their crash there. That's why I was freaking out for a second. But
meanwhile, they've been fighting so. Actually, let's watch this move first. As Bacon just tries to go for a move, and Drake is not having none of it. It just slams the doors right down.
That is insane. I'm so surprised they did not crash, because once they tapped a little bit, that put Bacon on the grass, and I expected something to come, because they were both going into that turn 1 very hard, and that's some good fighting there.
Meanwhile, because they've been fighting so hard, the whole safety car fiasco has been completely neutralized, and they're now the same pack.
Yep. And it is all over the place right now. We might be seeing some pit stops by the top 5 people other than Sadis there, and perhaps Bacon as well going into pits. We'll see.
Yeah, Sir Snowman thanking his lucky stars as he starts to line up a move into the final straight. But actually no, of everyone there, Sir Snowman is on fresh mediums. Yeah, I think he's gonna get him.
We see a couple of soft runners extending the life of that tire right now.
They have to, as Mr. Ultra and Slick pits, because their tires are dead. It's a lemon well, not dead, but like almost dead. As
and,
Draken cuts the track to
oh, no!
defend. Oh
And he
well,
got-
yeah, he loses position. I think
I
that's
think he
fair enough.
defended a little bit way too hard there,
Yeah.
and expected Bacon to continue attacking him, but
Yeah, Bacon
you know,
was
it's not too bad.
Meanwhile, Sir Snowman gets the both of them actually going into Toza.
Yeah, that's a good move by Snowman there.
He's
On the fresh
only
start.
11 seconds behind the leader now, and he's assuming you're on a 2-stop, he's a pit stop ahead. I mean, none of the. Huh.
Oh, look at this! Oh, Turon's getting overtaken by Golf in a sticky situation there. Oh, is that Draken going side by side?
Yes, he is into the chicane. Oh yeah,
that is not where you want to go side by side, unfortunately, and that's going to cost him 2 other positions. Draken, unfortunately, I feel like he's just losing a little bit of focus, and it's costing him positions there.
That's very unfortunate. You gotta, if you're on the outside of that chicane, you gotta back out in time, as he does go into the pit.
Yep.
Did he have a puncture? Huh.
I don't think so, but he is pitting pretty early, I'd say, for lap 12 mediums. I hope he's not going into hards. I'm scared. I'm going to see hards.
No way.
Yep, he's going on the hards.
Oh no! If you're this far behind, you might as well gamble on another safety car. As someone does go off, a Torres goes off a little bit, which lets Throttles through. Oh, Throttle's doing a last to first. Throttle's, just like to remind the viewers right now, Throttle was last at one point.
Throttle's AI definitely. I mean, about the AI, I think Throttle will definitely be a little bit more higher up as well, because his AI was going a little bit slower.
As Draken gets a 3-second penalty for.
Draken, he spins.
Is he done?
And that's just the.
Well, he's not done, but yeah. As Fife goes through, Fife is doing the last 16th challenge, which is not bad.
And I just saw Taraz and Prada go side by side into that very tough chicane, a place where they don't want to be.
Closest title is probably right now Let's Talk Golf, as he lines up for an overtake into turn 1. He's within, 2/10 as he opens DRS. This should be a pretty straightforward move.
Yeah, been behind on Taraz has DRS, and so does Fergie on Taraz, so...
Yeah, Bacon doesn't even report. Bacon doesn't even deploy, he knows he's done. As he goes into turn 1, that gets Let's Talk Golf into 5th place. So... If you're just joining us, let's just give you a strategy rundown. Sadis and Scienceman has yet to pit. They are owed a pit stop. Snowman has pitted on is the first car to pit on the last safety car period. Unfortunately, he's probably not going to make it to the end on the medium, so he'll have to pit at some point. Cosmic Spin on the softs, since also the same safety car, he's also going to have to pit at some point. Bacon Juice has been on the same tire since the beginning. So we're really watching 2 strategies unfold. Meanwhile, the first person to pit in this round of pits is Chewy, and he's now in P12. So these are the drivers to look at right now. I'm gonna need
D3F into the wall. But it looks like he did not pick up too much damage. And we're seeing another hard tire compound by Sadis. McLaren crews must be thinking of something.
And we're back.
Because...
As the McLaren comes in, Sadis comes into the pit again.
Yep,
into hard! Oh my god.
I just don't see it. I don't know why. I wish people would give a good reasoning, but I don't know,
maybe.
I just can't see one.
Well, okay. Think of it this way: if you hards, you don't really like, as the tire degrades, you kind of shift your driving a little bit. In hards, that doesn't really matter. That doesn't really matter, because it's if your tire is all round terrible, then you don't have to change your driving style. If that makes sense.
I get what you mean a little bit.
It's a stretch. I'm just trying to be like devil's advocate. That's the only explanation I can think of. Okay, let's see. As Mr. Ultra's trying to line up a move on Chewy. Mr. Ultra's a slightly older mediums, but they do take a little bit of time to heat up, as he's right at the edge of, right at the tail of Chewy. Of course you wouldn't overtake here, you're just waiting for DRS, as he does. Gets a very good apex into that last two corners, into the final straight, deploys all his battery, and that should be job done. As he does pull out into the left, Chewy doesn't really fight it, he knows it's not his place. And we have a new person in P6.
Let's look at the top three. We have Golf on the back, Cosmic on the back, Snowman. Cosmic has to do another pit stop. It's too early to tell if we're going to see pit stops from Taraz, Golf, and Snowman, and Fergie. Just yet.
Yeah. So I think, if I remember correctly, Cosmic's penalty can probably be appealed. But Sir Snowman has a 3-second penalty that there's no way we're going to remove. So effectively, Cosmic's in the lead.
Yeah, but that second pit stop will definitely hurt because he has to go on mediums again. Or not again, but for the first time because he started on softs, so he'll be quite slower, I feel, on that next stint.
Cosmic loses DRS. That's going to be a problem, actually. And he...
Yeah.
Let's Talk Golf takes advantage of that. Let's see if he does manage to take an overtake into turn 1, in the outside, and job done.
Okay, so Ultra had a moment or something because he just is in the grass. I don't know if Chewy may have tapped him or not, but that's something that just happened as we were watching that as well. So that it's definitely going to hurt Mr. Ultra's chances of winning, and we might even see a report coming Chewy's way. I don't know.
Yeah, unfortunate. Unfortunately, that got him a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, well, if you stay calm here, someone's gonna crash in front of you, so you're gonna be fine. Meanwhile, Tom's reminding everyone that he's still here with 1:18.0 on the fastest lap. Unfortunately, he's in P14, which gets him no points.
Yep. Science man on the back. A bird person needs to not rear-end him. Almost did, but luckily did not.
You can overtake into Toza, but you're gonna need a very compliant opponent, and most people are here. Well, what's the word? Re-race to win, and if you go for a gap that no longer exists, you are no longer an online racing driver.
Amen.
Amen. So, Science Man takes it very chill through the chicane and waits for DRS, which is what you're supposed to do. As Tor's, Cosmic's in the pits. Has to serve his penalty.
Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna hurt him even more now.
Yeah.
As he starts his last stint, and he's gonna come out in P12, 11, probably 11.
Probably, yeah. Let's say 11. Oh no, 10. Oh, these are the moments you hate as a race driver. You're just waiting in the pit. You can't go. And now you can go, but you've already lost the position. And you are in P11, which is very unfortunate.
Yep.
Okay, let's look at the battle between Bird Person and Sizeman. Sizeman has a trips into the gravel, and that gives Bird Person his position back.
Yeah.
So after the race, if you ask him, he'd probably say that was tactical, so now he gets DRS for the next lap. Oh. Codemasters. Let's look at the front for a little bit. Let's Talk Golf. Sir Snowman is just within DRS with Let's Talk Golf, but that doesn't mean he's in the detection zone. And never mind that, he goes into the pits. Boo. Give us a battle. If you're about to go for an overtake, go and overtake anyway. It's probably not good for your strategy, but you should do it anyway, because it's interesting. Let's have a quick penalty recap, since we're just in DRS trading zones right now. Let's have a quick penalty recap. There's a bunch of 3-second penalties. Meanwhile, at the end, Curbs is a 14. I don't know how you do that. What's that? 1, 5, and 3 3s? Yeah, something like that. So that's gonna be a problem. And meanwhile, D3, as I say, D3F gets another 3-second penalty. And Science Man and Bird Person has swapped positions again. But at least on my screen, Science Man looks like he has a very understeery setup. Or maybe it's just Codemaster is thinking, giving me digital steering. I don't know. Anyway, is that 5? Yeah, 5's getting lapped. Okay. Let's go back to Bird Person. As it goes into the final 2 corners, he's about half a second behind, so he's probably gonna get DRS. Oh, he doesn't.
Sorry, I had to step away for a second, but back.
As where you disconnected. We're glad to have you back. Meanwhile, Bird Person has made a trip into the gravel, which costs him a position. But then again, might be tactical because now he gets DRS.
Yeah.
Honestly, this DRS zone is stupid. You could gain like 5/10, and both of you could be deploying full battery.
Yeah. It's a long one too.
Yeah. Okay, and like, yeah, sure, this track's pretty hard to overtake. But you see people making pretty obvious mistakes, and they still get away with it.
Someone's off.
Oh,
that's Ultra. I would say nope.
Nope, it's D3F.
Never mind. Yep.
D3F. We're sorry. We really love you. It's just, yeah.
Gaps are starting to fill out as we're coming into the
second
half of the race here.
So, I'm gonna try reverse commentator jinx. So you see the top 3 in 14 laps, 15 lap tires. They're probably not gonna crash and get a safety car, will we?
I don't know.
That's definitely not something that would happen. As we see Bacon Juice going through Aqua Minerali. Seems fine. So right now you're in a trip. What do you do when you're in a DRS trip? Are you the type to wait, or are you the type to just go for it? Like, what I assume Bird Person will be, as he's just right behind Science Man. Opening the DRS. It's probably a straightforward overtake.
Yep, and once again they swap positions.
Because the
pressure is on Science Man, right?
Pressure's on Science Man because yes, he's on much newer tires, so Science Man does need to get a move on. Bird Person's on old tires. He's very happy to hold it behind. But yeah. Oh, as they go into gravel again.
That's someone off again. That is not Ultra. From
Science Man dead.
There it is.
Oh, not dead, but he spun out. Oh, that's gonna really cost him.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like he was struggling on that tire. I don't know if he has damage or something, but he definitely should have built a gap to Bird Person when he first got past him, and
now
he has to fight Cosmic.
As Bacon Juice gets a 3-second penalty, I'd like to toot my own horn a little bit. Look at who's in the lead. It's Let's Talk Golf.
Turo's pitting. That's interesting. I think he's going to go on the softs, obviously. Yep. We'll see. I think we'll see pit stops by the Red Bulls as well. And Bird Person we'll see as well.
What I'm watching right now is Mr. Ultra's lap, because I believe he's trying to undercut Mr. Golf. So I'll just watch that for a little bit. Actually, wait, no, not... Oh, who is that? Oh, it's Slick. There you go. You know, Slick's in a... Bird Person? There you go. Bird Person's leading a small pack, but let's go back to Mr. Ultra. He's trying to... As he does spin, and that's his undercut done. That's a very tiny spin. He does save it. Kudos to him for keeping it out of the wall, but that does mean he's probably gonna... the Starhawk's probably gonna come back out of the pits in front of Mr. Ultra. I think Torres is attempting an 11-lap stint on softs.
They'll definitely work. We saw those other drivers take it to lap 11 as well, as Let's Talk Golf in the pits. Fergie actually doesn't pit. I feel like you want to have them pit. I feel like there's a big enough gap. I feel they could have not delayed Fergie there, but we'll see. He'll definitely come in next lap, I think.
Okay, this is the battle we're watching. Torres is coming. Torres is coming to the finish line now as Let's Talk Golf comes out of the pit and is very comfortably ahead, actually.
So Snowman gets past Bird Person, and now we have Taraz as well going to be attacking Bird Person. He should have this move easily done shortly. I would be surprised if
Is he gonna take?
doesn't have it.
Oh, I think he has a he thought about it but thought better of it. You could overtake through Toza, especially if you have better tires than your opponent, which he does. Does he shove him out into wide? He doesn't, but because you have to shove. If you don't shove him out wide, that's what happens. You gotta go side by side into the high speed chicane, and you're gonna have to pull out.
Yep, and a lot of fights are happening now. We have Bacon on Throttle, Tom on Science Man. So there's a lot of things to watch right now, and
That's
I don't know which one to look at.
Yeah, this mid pack is a story of is a situation where many stories cross paths at the same spot. You have a few people like Torres trying to undercut the leaders, while you have Tom just trying to chip away at his deficit because he spun in the beginning.
Now, something interesting about the Tom and Science fight is Science Man will have DRS, I believe, from Curbs, who is a back marker. So he'll be happy about that. That should keep Tom out of the way for a little bit longer as...
Cosmic retired? Oh no, Cosmic has the fastest lap of 1:16.6. Speaking of fastest laps, the fastest lap from before this was Tom's, so he's not a charge. They're on equivalent tires. But you are right. Because of the lap car, he's gonna have to wait another lap to have his go. I believe league rules suggest that even though you are ghosted, you are expected to get out of the way, precisely because of this reason. You don't want to affect the other battles in the field.
Yeah, and I would say they're definitely kind of affecting the battles a little bit. You know,
Yeah,
give a little
this
lift
is...
if you can, because I mean, not only are you a distraction, it's just the added DRS is definitely not helping this fight either.
Fergie goes for another. Does Fergie go for another lap? Let's look. He goes to the last two corners. Actually, he does. He's taking the apexes pretty well.
I wonder if Fergie's trying to take those to the end, because the more he stays on the tire, the more positions he'll lose as he pits, if he does pit ever.
I will write a public apology on the F1 game chat if he makes it to the end.
I think he could, but he might be overtaken. I don't think he'll win if he keeps it up, but he could definitely end the race. And that is a D3 in the wall again, unfortunately.
Ooh.
That's all the times are full. Turas has spun turn
Oh no!
1. That is unfortunate.
And he almost comes back onto the track. Almost does a Sebastian Vettel. You don't want to do that.
Luckily, ghosting is enabled.
Yes.
Otherwise, that would have been bad. It's now a freeway fight. Science Cosmic Tom.
This just goes to show that Tier 2 this year is very competitive.
Ooh, and
is
Tom
what we
tries
want to
to
see.
make... Oh my god, Tom tried making a move. He hits the grass instead and almost collides into Science Man. But now he has curbs literally inside of his car right now. Turas can see that action happening. Throttle now joining in as well. This midfield fight has been so interesting.
I know. Curbs gets a 3-second penalty. If you're Tom, you gotta have a lot of thoughts in your head, because you know you're faster than the guys in front of you, but you just can't overtake.
Yeah, definitely would be very annoying if you were Tom and had to deal with the situation. He's going to go on the inside of Science Man, goes on the curb, gets the move done, but will he have the DRS? I think
he will have the DRS, but if you look at his battery, he's on 16%. He's gonna derate at the end of the straight.
Yeah, and he loses the position, actually.
And that's exactly why you don't do that.
Yep, and Throttle's there, too. This is about to be a free wide in the turn.
It's going to be 4. No, it's going to be... Tom backs out. No, Tom does not back out of it.
Oh, that's a hit. Throttle rear end Science Man, and luckily it does not cause another collision.
Yeah. Thankfully, that battle ended just in time, because let's go back to the front where Chewie is about to overtake Fergie, who's on 10 lap older yellows.
And as it stands, Chewie, no penalties. In second, he's going to have a good opportunity to start the season strong with a win. And
Ooh.
yeah, there it is. Oh, he has to wait, I feel, because you don't want to give Fergie that DRS, and yeah, he's going to slow down
Oh,
just a tad.
that's probably a little bit
Fighting.
tactical for Fergie,
Oh
and
my.
they go side by side through the last two corners, and Fergie backs out.
I think this is called the Kubi move. Some tier one drivers would say from past experiences where Kubi would purposely give
Ooh.
someone a position for DRS later on. Um, so that's interesting to see. Fergie, I don't think will attempt to make any more moves, but I think Fergie's going to try to end the race on that compound. Granted, he doesn't DNF.
So Fergie, just checking telemetry, Fergie's on 65% tire wear. You have, what, 6? Let's count this lap. You have 6 laps remaining. That will probably get you to the end.
Bacon Juice came past his teammate. No, but they're going to leave each other enough room. Luckily.
Sorry for the car alarm. Meanwhile, we're looking. So what kind of thing we're looking at? We're looking at the lead. Let's talk off's closing very fast. So let's talk off closing very fast on Fergie. If Fergie was thinking about the team championship, he'd get out of the way.
Yeah. You want to let Sokol get in there.
Yeah. Let's talk off has a legitimate chance of winning.
I mean, there's so many penalties. Let's do a penalty rundown, maybe.
Oh yeah, let's do a penalty rundown. No, not.
It's 3 seconds for the top 6 there, Albert and Chewy. Taraz 3 seconds, Throttle 3 seconds, Bacon 6, Draken 6, Piper 3, and Curbs 15. So actually, as it stands, there would not be much movement in that top 6 list there, and so that means every position does count for now. If Cosmic gets close enough to Sadis, and he might get the position, but right now, all those drivers will have to get the position on track if they want to have the position. So
if Fergie goes, let's talk golf. If Let's Talk Golf can overtake Chewy, there is a very good chance he can take the caps he needs. As Bird Person. Yep. Bird Person gets out in turn 1. Someone else's.
And that's Curbs.
Yep. Curbs is also dead. Ooh, as Sir Snowmite gets a penalty, you get a penalty, you get a penalty, everyone gets a penalty!
That changes a lot in that little list, because now that means Cosmic could potentially get past Sir Snowman as well.
Oh.
Potentially.
This penalty math is going to give me a headache. Codemasters, if for some reason you're watching the best league in North America race right now, here's a suggestion for you. Give us a screen where you calculate where everyone is after the penalty.
Let's Talk Golf getting past Chewy, and he has a tough job to do in 3 more laps here, because he needs to find a big gap, and it actually might be possible. Like, Chewy's on 14-lap-old softs, or mediums.
So yes, Let's Talk Golf is gonna have to find the clutchiest of clutches from the bottom of his soul, and it finds 3 seconds.
He's almost already a second under, and he won't have DRS, I feel, by the end of the lap. So this is actually might be Let's Talk Golf's win if he's not, or if he can do it here. Let's see. Chewy just needs to keep up the pace.
Yes. So Let's Talk Golf does a purple sector 1. It does slow down a little bit going through the first bit of sector 2, but then gains 0.4 tenths going through Aqua Minerale.
Little fight between Bacon and Throttle, looking for that 1 point. Oh, and Throttle hits the back of Bacon, and actually somehow Bacon just did not feel that at all or something, because actually he got a penalty from that, and that actually could be what I feel removed, because Throttle hit the back of him, which probably pushed him. Or no, he didn't get a cut warning either, so that was just a collision warning, which I feel is unfair.
2 laps remaining, Throttle chokes and spins out, which means the last point is it's almost definitely going to the Aston Martins, unless they take each other out, which is still a possibility, given the nature of this track. It's Silk or Bird Person.
Yep.
Let's go back to the front, as Let's Talk Golf is putting 2 seconds on Chewy, but that is technically fast enough, but only just. only just, so you're gonna have to push it. This is the sort of, let's be real though, this is the sort of race we wanted to see.
It's definitely been entertaining. That's for sure. A lot of good fights.
Yeah. A lot of good fights, something happening all the time, midfield battles in the middle, and we're still fighting for the lead at the end. So 2.1. 2.1. Let's Talk Golf has to find another 8/10ths on this lap if he wants to win.
Taraz is wasting all his battery trying to get that one extra position. And he actually has a penalty.
Yep. Unfortunately, for Golf, Chewy got DRS from a lapped car, so now he's 1.6.
Yeah, honestly, I can't see Let's Talk Golf getting that gap unless Chewy makes a mistake. Obviously there's still one little second left, which he can possibly find, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I believe. If I was a rational person, I'd say Chewy would probably win. Chewy has much more battery as well, but then I said Let's Talk Golf was gonna win in the beginning, so I'm gonna have to back my man. Come on, Let's Talk Golf. You can do it.
What do you think his driver?
Oh, as he understeers through the chicane, that's not gonna help. No.
That's some time lost there, and there's still one more lap. He needs to be very careful.
He's still 2.1.
There's a battle for a podium. Bergie in Ultra, this is it. And Bergie showing proof that you can do a one-stop on 26 old law.
He does it! He does go into the gravel! Ooh.
I don't think Bergie can keep the position, unfortunately, but he will take those tires to the end impressively. But he does have Sir Snowman to deal with as well, coming up on the behind as well. But this is the final lap.
Yep, I believe that means Mr. Ultra is in a solid P3. We're still waiting for the results at the front, as Chewy has to find the lap of his life to stay within 3 seconds and get the first one of the season.
Yep, and he's at 2.5 right now, so
there's still a battle in the back with Tors and Cosmic, and they're not settled. As they're not settled, he's trying to go through Toza. Tors, if you're Tors, you're gonna have to find a very creative
oh my god,
with the bag, yes?
Chewy, look at sorry to interrupt, but Chewy's now down 3.1 seconds. He had a moment coming into that very tough corner, and that is going to confirm possibly the win for Let's Talk Golf as he's coming into the final 2 turns. Bergie gets passed again by Sir Snowman, but Sir Snowman has penalties, but he might contest against those. But here it is, the first win of the season goes to Let's Talk Golf in the final lap as Chewy makes a mistake and Chewy picks up second.
Congratulations to Let's Talk Golf. Congratulations for me for being a certified psychic. As let's go back to the Tours battle.
And Taraz,
that's a little bit too far away. He does try his best, goes out wide a little bit, tries to use his final warning, but it's not going to work out. So you have P7 Cosmic, P8 Tours. The Aston Martins, because of mistakes been friend, the Aston Martins gained an extra 2 points. An extra 2 points.
Yeah.
That's good teamwork.
What an interesting race, very entertaining for sure. Imola. Hopefully people.
We're gonna watch Tom cross the line. He's gonna be quite disappointed considering he started on pole position, and does get the fastest lap at the end just to make a point. But yeah,
there's a finish by Draken and Throttle there. Draken gets the position. That's funny to see.
Yeah, I think Draken gets the position, but there was that last part was shoving him out wide into the gravel is probably not gonna be very well received in our reports channel.
Yeah, so a lot of drama, a lot of entertainment. We had that really weird safety car restart.
Because Fergie somehow did manage to make it to the end. I'm gonna have to make a public apology first of all, but second of all, that does put Red Bull in the lead of our Constructors' Championship, as we see champagne all around. It's a Red Bull 1-4, very well deserved. Who's my driver of the day? Wow.
I was gonna say Chewy, but he screwed it up at the last second. So I kind of want to give it to Fergie for taking those
I think
mediums
I
all the way.
I think I have to give it to Fergie. I didn't think it was possible. I didn't think you could do the last stint on so far. Okay, that was just. So let's see if there's anything interesting. And the race director. Yeah, let's just. So what's his final stint?
He did 28 laps on those mediums.
28 lap mediums.
Yep.
That is some amazing. That is something that's pretty amazing. Wow. So this has been a roller coaster. Tune in again next week. Tier 1 is racing in Bahrain on Sunday at 9 p.m.
Tomorrow there may be a stream for ACF1, which also goes to Bahrain, but the outer loop layout. So that might be streamed. And I believe ACC starts their Beamer series as well, and then iRacing probably has something on Thursday as well. So there's content all week in ARC. So yeah.